All right, most of our GDP that's involved in trade is locked up in 2 countries, so let's spend the rest of the time looking at our neighbors here. Now, let's start with the Canadians. Canada has a very big shale problem. They don't have any of their oil. They've got some of their own. They're not tapping. It's too expensive for them. But all of our shale energy is produced east of the Rockies and west of the Appalachians in the interior of the country. This has made a glut of oil and natural gas in the United States. There's about a $10 to $20 difference between a barrel of crude in the US and in the wider market. Now, all of Alberta's pipelines that send their oil and natural gas to the United States terminate in this area. So they are selling into the most supersaturated market on the planet. Supply and demand. On average, Albertan crude is at a $20 discount. Sometimes it's as much as $40. So they're getting at least a 30% knockoff of the international market. You guys remember Keystone, right? The prime reason that the Canadians want Keystone is if they can run this pipeline through this region and hook into supply chains in the interior of the United States, then their heavy crude can mix with the shale crude. And the $2 trillion of refurbishments that are going on in the US refining market don't have to be as expensive because you won't have to retool, just do the light sweet stuff. You can do a mix. If Keystone doesn't happen, this pipeline doesn't happen, then the United States shifts entirely to light sweet in the interior, and Canadian crude has no home. It has no other way to get to the outside world. They've talked about a pipeline across BC, and BC's response has been going, anyway. Ottawa's position on this is to Alberta is like, you still have more oil than the rest of the provinces put together, so keep producing, suck it up, do it for the country, pay your taxes. Remember this, right? Here's Alberta. Alberta is as young and highly skilled and highly paid as the rest of Canada is old and poorly skilled and poorly paid. And it's diverging. Right now, this is the only province in the country that has reproduction rates above replacement. The position on Ottawa, oh, you got young people, consumers, that's great. Tax the hell out of them. Do it for the country. Then there's Quebec. You guys all remember. I love the Quebecois. Great food. Quebec moved towards independence several times, and as a result, the leaders of Ontario, the biggest province, sat down with the leaders of Quebec, and they worked out a deal where Ontario pays Quebec to be part of Canada. There hasn't been a secession vote since. Well, that was great when Ontario could pay for it. Now they can't, because they're aging into mass retirement. The position of Ottawa is, well, we've got Alberta to pay for it now. So 4 million Albertans are now paying for 35 million Canadians and 8 million Quebecois. The net tax bill right now is about $6,000 per man, woman, and child. $6,000 that they pay and they don't get back. That's over twice the disparity between the poorest and the richest American states. By 2020, that number will be 20,000 ahead. So the Albertans have some things to think about. One, watch their energy industry die, deal with a currency that's getting stronger and stronger, and just see the economic boom melt under them. Option 2, declare independence. Courtesy of the Quebecois, this is legal in Canada. The Supreme Court even ruled on it. This doesn't really solve the problems then, because you're still a foreign country. Keystone can't happen, and wow, if you thought BC was giving you the finger before, imagine what it's going to be like now. Option 3, I'm not saying that this is going to happen. What I'm saying is that every economic, financial, diplomatic, energy, inflationary, and labor problem that Alberta has would be solved by this solution. And it's legal. And the Secessionist Party is already the second largest party in the Albertan Parliament. The ruling party is so nervous about it, they changed the license plate to remove Wild Rose, that's the name of the party, from the license plate, and they're leading in early polls for the 2016 provincial elections.